Hi, this is your host. Egyptologists recently discovered a collection of clay jars buried with an ancient Egyptian pharaoh that may have been used to generate electricity, dating back about 2,000 years. The jars were found in the tomb of Pharaoh Necho II, who ruled from 610 to 595 BC. Inside each jar was a copper vessel, along with traces of a non-conductive liquid, asphalt, and a rolled-up papyrus sheet. Together, these items form a type of battery called a voltaic pile. This discovery suggests that the ancient Egyptians may have had access to electricity much earlier than previously thought. One of the most famous examples of an ancient battery is the Baghdad battery. It's a collection of 100 or so clay jars containing a copper cylinder, a layer of felt or cloth, and sometimes a stone or metal rod, all sealed with an asphalt-like substance. They were found in 1936 near Baghdad, in what is now Iraq, in a collection of artifacts from about 2,000 years ago. Historians believe they may have been used to electroplate objects or for other electrical purposes, although there is no direct evidence of how or why they were used. Some historians argue that they weren't batteries at all, but rather storage containers for scrolls or perfume. The newly discovered jars in Egypt resemble the Baghdad battery, so researchers think they may have been used for the same purpose. But there's one key difference between the two collections of jars: the papyrus. Like the Baghdad battery, the Egyptian jars contain some sort of non-conductive liquid and are sealed with asphalt. But unlike the Baghdad battery, these jars also have a rolled-up papyrus sheet inside the copper vessel, and the papyrus seems to be conducting the electricity. It's possible that the Egyptians used papyrus as a battery in other contexts too. In 2014, researchers reported finding traces of an organic battery material called P-type gallium arsenide in several Egyptian artifacts, including a comb and a small boat. The battery material was concentrated around areas where papyrus was in contact with metal. The researchers suggested that the Egyptians may have used a primitive form of solar cells made of papyrus to power small devices like the boat. But if the papyrus does conduct electricity, it raises another question: why hasn't it been noticed before? Batteries like these can only produce a small amount of electricity, not enough to power modern electronics. But it would have been enough to produce a noticeable spark when tested with a sensitive instrument called an electroscope, which has been used to detect static electricity since the 17th century. Researchers say it's likely that the sparks produced by these batteries were simply mistaken for something else. What's more, the idea that the Egyptians had access to electricity goes against conventional history. Electricity was not invented until the late 18th century in Europe, and many scientists attribute its discovery to a single event: the famous kite experiment conducted by the American statesman and inventor Benjamin Franklin in 1752. During the experiment, Franklin flew a kite during a thunderstorm and attached a key to the string. When the string was struck by lightning, the key sparked, demonstrating that lightning is a form of electricity. But if the ancient Egyptians did have electricity, it means that the technology could have developed independently in different parts of the world. It might have originated in Mesopotamia or Egypt or somewhere else, then spread through trade and cultural exchange. There's even a chance that the Egyptians learned the concept of electricity from an even older civilization, such as the Indus Valley Civilization, which flourished in what is now Pakistan and northwest India from about 2800 to 1800 BC. Recent research suggests that the Indus people may have used electric cells made of silver, copper, and terracotta to power lights and other devices. Unfortunately, the discovery of the Egyptian jars doesn't shed any light on how electricity may have developed in other parts of the world, because the technology was lost when the Egyptian civilization fell apart around 30 BC. But that doesn't mean that we won't uncover other evidence of ancient electricity. It's just a matter of knowing where to look. If you enjoyed this episode and want to learn more about ancient technologies, check out the series on our channel. All the episodes are available right now. Thanks for watching. I'm the host.